Hello, I'm Nick Benge with Eddie Jackson, and we're at the Super Bowl in Erlanger, Kentucky for the Super Bowl TV Merit Tournament qualifying. And we have 3 gentlemen and 3 ladies who will be going at it today for money and prizes. And Eddie, could you tell us a little bit about the tournament?
Well, you know, they went through a qualifying round here on Saturday and Sunday, Nick, and then we got the top qualifiers, the 3 ladies and the 3 men, and they'll bowl a game apiece, and it'll be step-ladder fashion. And as you said, Super Bowl, the home of the PBA Regional Invitational.
Okay, let's introduce our people. Our first lady, who's going to introduce herself, this is Janice McKinney.
And Nick, Janice qualified with a 5.58.
It's pretty good rolling.
And she lets it go. And she left a little split.
Well, it doesn't count now. Our next lady is Jean Weatherford.
Jean, she works Diet Workshop, and she qualified with a 5.82.
Watch out. And this is Connie Block, who is our leading qualifier.
Connie is the sharpshooter of the bunch. She qualified with a 6.25.
Those are good numbers in anyone's book.
It's a number I'd be proud of.
Okay, looking at the gentlemen, here's our 3rd qualifier to gentlemen. This is Earl Lindhoff, old lefty.
Earl is no stranger out here. He qualified with a 5.80. He also qualified in a Pro-Am we had here, finished 3rd.
And our next qualifier, this is Earl Weatherford. We got 2 Earls on the program.
Oh, we have a mother and a son and 2 Earls. And Earl, he qualified with a 6.70.
Watch this. I love these bends.
Deadeye.
And through a coin toss, Earl and Larry were both tied. This is Larry Sidner.
Yeah, Larry's a fine player. He qualified with a total of 6.70.
And that's a quick look at our contestants, and we'll be back with the first match of the ladies. It'll be Janice McKinney versus Jean Weatherford. We'll be back right after this. We're back at the Super Bowl lanes in Erlanger, Kentucky, and up now is Janice McKinney. She'll be facing Jean Weatherford in our first match.
As you notice, Nick, Janice got a little high on the head pin. That's a little nerve. Just pulled the first shot just a little bit.
I'm sorry, that was Jean Weatherford. She hit a little bit light. And she didn't carry it, so she gets a 9 count for the first frame.
Now we got Janice McKinney.
It looked a little bit high.
She just got up there a little quick, and again, same thing. When you bowl a TV, it's a little nerved.
What's that light mean, staring you right in the face?
It means, oh my God. You notice out there in the viewing audience, Nick, she's bowling from the left side across an alley for the conversion. And done it quite well.
There's our first market of the day. I'm sure we'll see many more of those. Once again, what kind of format are we using? Switching lanes? And
well, they're using a regular league style, but using TV format. This will be a head-to-head match with the Handicap division going here, and she just got up there a little ahead and pulled it.
It's a 5 count on the spare. Janice is 43 years of age. She's 5'4". She's from Erlanger. I guess that's a psychological edge anyway.
Right.
Ooh.
And she nines out.
Oh. her ball is not quite as quick, I guess, as Janice's. It didn't look like she was going to carry anything there.
Well, Jean looks a very deliberate, slow approach, and of course she converts that spare, and she just crosses over a little bit with her body. She's throwing off of a stiff left leg.
Jean, in qualifying, her three games were a 118, a 169, and a 147 for a 434 scratch series.
And she crosses over again for a 9. For those of you who are keeping score at home, we had to give Jean 13 pins in the first frame. So she's actually leading in a match 41-24.
A lot of concentration.
Yeah, I noticed she's shooting down the same side that she throws her strike ball. And she made it. If you notice, Nick, the ladies don't fool around out here. They just pick up their ball and roll it down the lane.
It's no better way to do it. Get the job done.
And up popped the devil.
Oh boy.
Both of them are probably a little excited out there. She just pulled the ball again. They're not getting into the regular routine of their game. She'll go left side, Nick, excuse me, she'll go left side and try and fit the ball between the 6 and the 10 pin.
How many times have you seen this made?
Quite a few. And she didn't get behind the 6.
It was a nice shot, though. How many times have you made it?
Not too often. And Janice is making a little bit of an adjustment here.
She's averaging 154 this season at this Super Bowl. There's a 7 count with a double wood. Is that what it's called when the pins?
Well, she's got a sleeper down there. She's got the 1, 3, and the 9, and she's going to have to get the ball into the Cincinnati pocket. Sorry about that over here in Northern Kentucky. But she's going to have to throw the ball between the 1 and the 3, and then the 3 and the head ball will take care of the 9.
Ooh, what happened there?
She got a little too much of the head pin.
Okay, so after marking in the first frame, she's gone 3 frames kind of empty-handed, and she has a 42 in the 4th scratch.
And Jean has 41 in the 2nd with a spare up. And she come in just a little bit light. But that's a better place than head hunting. Well, let's see if Jean uses the same format that she did before. Though with the spare on the right, she went down the right. Let's see what she does with the spare on the left. And she's shooting cross lane at it. For the conversion. Nick, that was a perfect shot. She got them all with the ball, as they say.
Cover up. Is that the correct term? And there's our first strike ball of the afternoon.
And she got a little nosy.
We're in Erlanger, Kentucky at the Super Bowl, and Jean Weatherford just got our first strike of the match. Maybe that'll be some inspiration for the rest of the day. But there's Janice McKinney, hits left of the head pin with a 6 count.
And I guess the story is trust you must, Nick. She's not giving the bowling ball a chance to do its work. She's pulling every ball across her body, not giving the ball a chance to roll into the 1-3.
That had to be an important ball, because Gene Weatherford had 4 marks in a row, and previous to that shot, Janice 3 frames in a row. She was kind of left a little empty-handed, and according to the 4th frame, she's down 36 pins.
I think we have to say anything to the viewing audience. They can see that she is pulling the ball, just rushing to the foul line. She just move in a little bit, I think that pull would go away.
She's using a 14-pound ball, and Gene Weatherford's using a 10-pound ball and rolling in a lot. She's more deliberate with her ball.
And she's spared again. Well, maybe she'll get rolling here, Nick. You know, I do a lot of teaching to the ladies, and the weight of the ball, a lot of women think they have to throw with a heavy ball, and really, when they do the housework, the washing, the ironing, by the time they hit that 3rd game, they're tired. So this 10-pound ball will do the trick.
That was a good-looking ball right there from Gene Weatherford.
She's on target.
Jean is 52 years of age, so these ladies aren't strange to the game. Her highest game ever was a 201. It's good in anyone's book.
Not too shoddy, and then she bowled a 500 series. But I like her hobbies here. She says, I like to work the best of all. And she converted to spare. Right now, it looks like it's all Gene Weatherford's match. Who knows? We might have a Weatherford day.
Yeah, it's a mother-son combination. The winner of this match will face Connie Block in the finals. Oh, that's the ball.
And as we were saying before, Nick, the weight of the ball has nothing to do with it. The 10-pound ball got them all out of there.
In a hurry, also.
Janice is going to have to get reorganized here.
It's time. Looked a little high.
She's gradually eliminating the pull. Maybe the butterflies, Nick, have disappeared.
She's down 40 pins right now, and Jean's is working on a strike, so she's got some ground to make up.
Well, as they say in the bowling trade, they're running out of paper. And she covered the spare.
You know, you can see the confidence building in Janice's face. That's 3 frames in a row she's filled, but maybe a little too late.
Well, she'll be back, I'm sure. She'll qualify again, and this will be experience that'll be used the next time she comes out here. You know, Janice is a waitress down here at the Drawbridge. And I just wish she would just take that yank out of her arm swing just a little bit.
She uses a fingertip ball. You know, is that rare for women to use a fingertip?
It's rare for you know, the ladies who bowl, you know, in the morning. Normally they throw a conventional ball, and they're able to handle it. But really, a conventional and a fingertip is, you know, you get a little more roll on the ball with a fingertip.
Well, here's Jean back up, and she's got the conventional ball.
And that's the normal housewife bowling ball. It's a 10-pound conventional bowling ball. And she's keeping right on the head pin and leaving herself nice, easy spares to convert.
Why didn't that 5 carry that shot?
Well, the ball was rolling away from the 1-3 pocket, and as it hit the 1-2, it deflected to the left, and there was no carrying power on the 5. Oh my! And they say in the trade, no one misses the 5.
I didn't want to say that.
But you know, that is a very funny spare. A lot of people just relax too much on it, and there's a lot of area out there to miss it.
There's a lot of boards out there. There's a 7 count for Jean Weatherford. Right now, she has a 182 in the 8th.
You know, over here they have the summer leagues, what they call break the ice, and you can make a lot of warm friends in a cool summer fun league. And there's great openings are available for women, men, mixed couples, and juniors from the age of 6 to 18, and of course our senior citizens. And also for all team captains who form a team, they will receive a free pair of designer jeans. So stop by or call 727-BOWL to sign up.
There's Janice's 9th frame shot. Jean opened 2 frames in a row. Looks like maybe she's losing some confidence. And Janice with a spare here. She could, if she strikes in the 10th frame, puts a couple strikes down.
There's still a little paper left. Yes, I see what you're doing.
She could cut it to 19 with a. If she gets a strike right now, she can cut it to 19 in the 9th and possibly go out in the 10th. Well, but this one good thing, Janice got the spare in the foundation frame.
Yeah, that's right. You're picking up this bowling lingo here.
Good ball. Watch this. Ooh, I thought that was
she's
it.
Starting to release that ball and straight up. The arm swing is starting to get a little straighter. If she bowled one more game, I think the Weatherford gal would have a little bit of trouble.
Well, these ladies, they are pretty even bowlers. Jean averages 138 a game. 158, I'm sorry. And Janice 154, and she converts there in the 10th. And if she gets a strike here,
189.
And Jean gets a super big lump and throws 2 channel balls, as they're now referred to, we would have a tie, but I don't expect that to happen.
I would say Jean can light up a cigar.
Ooh.
You know, Nick, I made this once in the ABC up in Detroit, and I thought, boy, I really did something till I went down and got my patch. And I was the 69th bowler that had knocked off the 710 in that particular ABC.
Wow. Boy, I got to see that made one time, and that was on a preview for bowling on CBS, Pro Bowlers Tour.
Yeah. It's all over but the shouting.
There you go. That's my line.
There is Jeannie with the match in hand, and she'll be bowling the lady next block.
Janice finished with a 187.
And she nines out.
And that'll do it for our first game. Jean Weatherford a 197, Janice McKinney 187, and we'll be back with the final game featuring Jean Weatherford versus Connie Block right after this. We're in Erlanger, Kentucky at the beautiful SuperBowl lanes, and we're about ready to start our championship match for the women. It'll feature Jean Weatherford, who beat Janice McKinney in the first match, against Connie Block, who had a 623 handicap series.
Well, this match should be pretty close, Nick. Both of them have almost identical averages.
Connie is a 39-year-old homemaker, while Jean is a 52-year-old diet instructor.
And I'm glad you gave those ages and I didn't. And there's Connie.
Good looking ball. The 8-pin?
That's the 8. It's not what you'd call a smash solid 8, but the ball was in the area to strike. That's one time where the light ball may have come into play where it didn't carry the wood. But I got a big kick out of her. She was saying that homemaking is her job, and I said, "You got the best job in the world." She says, "Sure is. It allows me to bowl all I want." Connie moved cross lane.
It's real quiet ball. It just whispers down the lane.
For a viewing audience, you see a pretty good number in the first frame. Connie will be 52, whatever she knocks down in the spare. And this is Jean, more affectionately referred to as Bella.
A 3 count. She was in the area the whole first ball game, and what happened?
Well, this is old nerve. This is the championship. This is for all the marbles out there. And, she'll get organized there.
Do you think maybe the last game, the last 3 frames, she did not pick up a mark? Do you think that's carrying over?
Well, we have to hold on. So it's in a little bit of trouble there. So Jean has 7 plus 49, which is 56 in the first round. You know, I always talk about bowling. This is one sport that is just for everybody. You can bowl all ages, from young kids all the way up to gray-haired, silver-haired old men.
And that gray-haired gentleman sitting next to me is Eddie Jackson, who was on the PBA tour for a while, and he's just done it all.
It's been very good to me, Nick, and it's allowed us to travel all over the world with a bowling ball. Darn sure I couldn't afford it on the post office side.
Good ball.
She just missed
And it kicked out.
Well, she just crossed over and got a good roll on the ball and got them all down for 10, which gives her 72 in the first frame.
Quickly, Jean Weatherford 16 down from the start.
And let's see if Connie can take advantage of this. And you notice, as you refer to as soft ball.
And there's a
double, Nick.
Our first one of the day. Yeah, it's a real quiet and mysterious ball, but certainly getting the job done.
Well, she's rolling the ball, Nick, and when you roll it, it picks up the roll, and it has a lot more pin action on the end of it. And we got a ball game going here.
That's a way to counter a strike.
As they say, you know, she answered the call, and if she can throw another one right on top of it, I'm sure it will put some thoughts in Connie Block's mind.
Jean, she's married with 2 children. I'm sure they walk around balls in their hand.
And again, she's throwing off that stiff left knee. For those out there in the viewing audience, Nick, if they could just watch Jean and notice that she has a stiff left knee, you'll have to bend that knee and get your shoulders square over your knee to properly release the ball for a good position at the foul line. 4-step approach.
Where did you want to play that? I thought that was going to carry, but it split them in half.
Well, she should have tried, and I'm sure she did, try to hit that head pit on the left, and then the 3-pin would have ricocheted into the 10, and the ball would have continued on and took out the 8.
Well, here's Connie Block. And she was working on a double and picked up 7.
So far, Nick, she's kept that ball in pretty good shape.
Connie's plus 35. Connie's 39 years of age, and she's only been bowling for 2.5 years. So, and Jean's 52 with 5 years of bowling. So, there's really not much experience here for age.
Which, you know, is what we were saying before. You know, just get your bowling ball and come on out here at SuperBowl and practice and pick up one of the local professionals here and let them work on your game.
Well, Connie, so far, she's filled every frame, and there's the ball whispering down. Watch out, there it is. You can just see it developing. And she has a 139 in the 4th, and working on a strike in the 5th, and it's time for Jean to start answering some calls.
Time to regroup. She's 49 in the hole here. And she's just, again, Nick, not doing like the first game Janice was doing. Yanking on the ball and not giving the ball a chance to do like she did. Jean had a very, very good release in the first game. Now she's pulling everything cross lane. And for the conversion. A little light.
Jean in the first match against Janice McKinney filled 6 frames in a row, but just having a little problems getting rolling here. And we're halfway through, and it's an eternity left. That's an Al McGuire line.
That's an Al McGuire line. I know you've been doing a lot of basketball lately. And again, as we say, the full pull. I'm sure she watches this when we show it, Nick. She's going to sit back and say, "No, why didn't I straighten that out?"
Her ball, it looks like it's going to break right, but it's got this backspin, I guess, and it wants to break back.
Well, it's called a backup ball, and unfortunately, the ladies, that is just part of their build. Their arms, when they stand with their arms hanging at the side, will slant away from their body, and it's easier for the ladies to throw a backup ball. You have to be a strong person to overcome the natural tendencies of the arm.
It looked like she got a little mixed up in her stepping there, going up to the line, and she carried through with it and picked up a 3 or 4 count.
Well, on that shot, Nick, she just didn't get the ball in the area. She just got a little bit ahead of it, and she just got up there just a little quick. And of course, this is Connie Block. Connie, you know, she likes to play the guitar and write songs.
I'm sure she hangs on to win this. She'll be singing. Her first open frame of the match.
And she's well away on winning this match and becoming our first champion.
Well, she's 57 pins plus in the 5th frame. But Jean with a little sign. She's working on a spare in the 6th. And that was a confidence ball. She stepped right up there, and that's all she wrote. Knock them down.
And you hit them and watch them go. And these are 2 ladies throwing 10-pound balls. And Jeannie's going to have a hard time coming from back.
She looked really loose the first game, but she's just, I don't know, maybe after she got that split in the 2nd frame, she kind of lost some of her confidence and really hasn't been able to regroup.
There's the ball she's been looking for right there. They're both ladies who are using the 10-pound bowling ball.
Gene's a spot bowler, and for a viewing audience, could you explain what a spot bowler is?
Well, Nick, when you spot bowl, she has a position where she puts her feet for a starting point, and then she tries and pick out a spot on the lane where the ball would hit the 1-3 pocket if you're right-handed. Normally they use those range finders out there, which are located 16 feet down the lane, and they have a dot, or the arrows as we call them, are located every 5 boards starting from the channel on the right. And there's 5, 10, 15, and 20, and then they go the other way. And for the conversion.
Well, again, that's 3 marks in a row, and just like in our first match, could be a little too late. We'll just have to wait and see. She's down 51 pins with
too little, too late.
Too little, too late.
And another double. And what would Al McGuire say here?
It's not over till the clock says 0.
Sound like Yogi says, it's not over until it's over. She's 163 with a double up.
Oh, I love the sound of that ball.
And I'm looking at the 3 guys, and they're saying, thank God we're not bowling her.
We have the men coming up right after the conclusion of this match. The first match will be Earl Lindhoff versus Earl Weatherford. That's right, it's a familiar name, a mother's son. Both made a telecast, so maybe it's hereditary.
And she missed it.
It's only her second open frame. A 220 in the 9th. I guess you can afford that. There you go.
Welcome back, Gene.
It's a matter of pride.
She can finish this game, Nick, with a fine 207.
Well, you can't be doing too bad to go through qualifying, which you bowl through the week and get your 3-game series, and the top 3 appear on the telecast, and so these ladies have done a fine job just to be here today.
Right, Nick, and you know they qualify here every Saturday and Sunday, and they come back here, and of course our first champion is going to be Connie Block. And that was a tough break. That ball should have carried through, and that's one time the light ball hurt her.
Well, she finishes with a 175. In the first game, she had a 197, so that's not bad in anyone's day work.
Well, it's going to take some bowling to beat that score, and of course Connie is just unbelievable here with a possible 250 game.
Oh boy. Well, she went to the left side of the head pin, and it didn't carry the 7. How come?
Well, sometimes I have a tough time convincing everybody. When you have it in the area, it doesn't necessarily mean that's what makes this game so fascinating. You don't always get them down. And she's on the wrong side of the pocket for a right-hander, but it was good enough to carry for sure. Cross lane for the conversion. And for a strike here, Nick will have our first 200 game and a 220, 240, 240 game.
I'll take it and run. So Connie Block from Independence, Kentucky, age 39, is our first champion, and there's an 8 count. She finishes with a 238. So Connie Block is our first champion of the women's at the Super Bowl. And we'll be back with the men's championship, Earl Lindhoff versus Earl Weatherford in the first round of the men's. And the winner of that will face Larry Cinder. So we'll be back right after this.